Greetings, beloved. I'm Amanda, Twin Flame Alchemist, and we recently found this footage. My husband and I found this footage of when I was in twin flame separation with him. We had been engaged and we actually were in a pause, and it was a really painful time where we didn't know if we were going to actually get back together, and it brought up every wound I could possibly sift through. I know it was really tough for him as well, and he actually went halfway across the country. We were living in the US at the time, and we just didn't know. And so this video is for you if you are currently in twin flame separation and you're not sure, is this really the person for you? Is this your twin flame union? Is it fool's gold? Is it something that's just going to drain your life force energy? Or is it worth doing the healing work to get back together with them? And is there a future for you? So I first want to say that this video is from 2017. It was before I was married to my twin flame, before I became a mom, before we moved to Bali, to our tropical paradise. And at the time, it was like totally so confusing. And so looking at it recently, it was like, oh my gosh, I'd forgotten how intensely painful it was. So I'm so proud that I made the video, and I actually honestly completely forgot about it. Somehow it ended up on our storage drive, and Jack was cleaning things up the other day. He said, oh my gosh, this is actually really amazing. You have to share this with your audience. So I really hope that it helps you to get clarity and to know exactly how to handle this really intensive time that you're going through, so that you can step into more love, more abundance, more freedom. And so when you get back into your twin flame union, if this is really what it's meant to be, then you'll be so ready for the lasting relationship. All right, enjoy the video and comment what you think about it. I'll see you on the other side. I'm going to share how my life has been so crazy good lately, even though I've been going through the shit of the shift. You may know that my beloved Jack and we got into this big realization that he wasn't happy being my business bitch. He was doing the online marketing, he was doing a lot of the back end, he was doing some of the client work, he was doing some of the stage stuff, but he came into my blissness and he was like, this is awesome. Then he was like, wait a minute, holy cow, I'm just doing a lot of your work. And so Jack decided to step into his bliss, or at least follow his purpose, his path, independently of this little lady here, which was really hard for me because I was like, well, you said you'd do our blissness together. You seemed really excited at first and you came in. And he was like, yeah, I didn't know what it would be like 2 years in to run a blissness with a super feminine creature. So I love that he spoke his truth, and I bow to you, Mr. Jackers, who's upstairs. And it broke my heart at first to hear that he was not only leaving the blissness, but he also was like, I need to think about our engagement. So ring came off, all my little girl princess, Cinderella, dreams and aspirations went down the garbage disposal. And so here I am nursing myself back just 1 month out. And I want to share a little bit about how bliss has been my medicine. The number one way that bliss was my medicine is I went outside to nature. And actually, you don't need to be in a forest. You can simply get out underneath the sun. The sun is a cosmic being. It's an amazing reminder. The stars, the moon, just get out into open air. Get off of your Facebook, get off of your device. It was so nice to just take a month into myself, really diving deep into myself. And Jack came in and out. He was here to resolve some issues and to heal our relationship. And then he went on a trip and he came back. And then so here I am every day, every morning, getting up, going out onto the hiking trails and doing some type of meditation or dancing or crying or writing in my journal. And I just mapped my life out, like my whole day out, based on the following question: what's gonna bliss me out the most? And so in my twin flame dark night of the soul, luckily, because I have a 6-figure blissness and I have the freedom to work for myself and set my own hours, even though it's like, well, the money's gonna go down if I just don't work and I follow my bliss. But I was like, no, that's not how I roll. I roll with spirit, not only logic. They're both great together, but logically I knew I needed some time away from my desk because I needed to heal myself. So every morning I would blisses you out. And sometimes it was pretty extreme. It was like, I want to lay in bed today. Then I want to go on the trail for like a little bit. I want to go masturbate out on the trail. I want to make a silly video about steaming my vagina. I want to have an incredible piece of chocolate. I'm going to drive to the store right now and get me some organic chocolate. Thank you very much. Or maybe I'm going to call a friend and we're going to go create some magical ritual or whatever it is. So this is so powerful, and it was incredible for me because even though I couldn't have what I thought I needed and wanted, God damn it, you said you were going to marry me. And at the same time, there's something amazing happening, which is that this new dimensionality from Jack and I, Jananda, our relationship energy rose like a phoenix out of the ashes, and it was a totally new thing. So while before there was me worrying about the wedding, what was it going to look like? What are people going to think? It should happen by this date and this time. And when are the kids going to come out and all this logical stuff? And it's not necessarily wrong if you and I and we all have, objectives, like I do want to bring in 2 star children. I want to have some love babies and their spirits come to me. And I'm like, all right, like I know that you're going to come through. And at the same time, having your partner be like, until we work this, and this out, and until I feel safe, and until I'm happy, we can't do that. And my inner girl's like, no! So imagine that inner child, right? That part of you, one thing in your life, maybe a bunch of things, maybe all things, you're like, I want it to be better. I want it like this. No, I can't have it. Just have a tantrum right now. I won't judge you. I just had one. No, he should call me right back. He should do this. I don't want to clean up my room. I want it to be clean. No, I don't want to have to call this client. This client's being a jerk. Or my clients are usually amazing. But I mean, what if this person does this? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's the inner child. We have that, right? I don't think I'm the only one here. So your inner child, she needs to run wild, and you got to go with the mild, not spicy salsa and say, girlfriend, calm it down. That's okay that you're upset. I know you wanted him to get married to you this month, and I know it's uncomfortable, and we have a choice. You can either leave or stay and work on the mess that is here. It's like, well, I don't want to work on the mess. I just want it to be all good. Okay, so sort of negotiating with the inner child and then letting the inner child know the boundary. The boundary was really hard. Jack was like, if I can't get these things from you, I can't marry you. And then I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I got some of those too. If I can't get these things from you by this date, you can't marry me. You can't be with me. And then we were both like going back and forth with our boundaries. And then we realized, wait a minute. We really need to find our boundaries, our vows in our marriage, and find the common denominator, and then also find the compromise, if there is a compromise. And if there's not, then like, that will be really rough to discover. But the good news is that by me blissing myself out, he came back from his first trip and was like, wow, I have never been so impressed by you. And then when he went away for the second trip, I got my pussy all turned on and magical, totally separate, not dependent of him. And I got really connected to my soul purpose again, and I got in my feminine like I had been in before I met him. Now, girls, don't make mistake that Mama made. Oh, girl, what I did is I used to be super feminine, super flowy, super magical, and I was also broke. But then I learned how to make money, and I went into the high priestess, high end, and then I was like, the healer, hippie chick, fuck you, I don't do that. And I was like, watch me, I can run a business, 6-figure empire, woo! And I grew it, and I got all strong, and then I got my man. I was like, you come with me, Jackie, yeah. I'm gonna grab you by your balls, and I'm gonna take you places that you've never seen before. And he's like, all right, that's awesome. And then after a while, he was like, well, wait, I am a man, like I have my needs. And I was like, oh, Now we're two men together because I got so in my masculine running the business and running alongside it with him. And then his masculine energy triggered the fuck out of me because you know what happens when you have a strong masculine energy, it triggers your strong masculine energy. So he triggered me. He triggered my brother and my father and my uncles and my daddies and all my daddy issues. And so then what happened is I was about to marry a man as a man. No. And so then it didn't work. And so now taking this time to bliss out and return, it actually requires me to go back to that pagan priestess, hippie, pussy power, doesn't give a fuck about anything but pleasure self. And that's got to be integrated with the boundaries, with the masculine, with the structures, with the practical, adult, mature type of conversations, which is really rough for us hippie chick healer girls, and it's really hard for us high-end, high-heeled priestesses to be mature and have the pleasure. But as a high-heeled priestess, a healer and a high-end priestess in high heels or barefoot, whatever you're wearing on your feet, I want to see them. Post in the comments below. I wish I could see some pictures. Not really into feet, but anyways, high-heeled priestesses, we have a duty to do our duty to bliss and do our duty to power, and that is called pussy power. And it's all about the power of the cosmic structures, galactic technologies, very linear, but also feminine spirit. So there's that polarity. And then down here, it's all dirty, all crazy, the lower earth, Mother Nature, just crazy. And then everything that the earth represents, which is supposed to be this whole project where we're supposed to build heaven on earth and get the structure set up. We got to bring it together as high-heeled priestesses in our hearts. So the pussy power is key, which is pleasure and power. Not just pleasure, not just like passivity. That's what I did. That's how I got broke for 10 years. And while it was really fun to be like all going to ecstatic dance and dance camp and Burning Man and not caring about money, kind of sucks to think about what if I got pregnant and I had a health problem and then I'm homeless and like living off of this system and I can't travel and I can't buy like nice organic food, not even clothes. Like this jacket, love my new coat, guess where I bought it? Clothing swap. Another group of six-figure high-heeled priestesses and we got together, we're like, why pollute? Let's put on each other's clothes and trade it, and you know, I don't want this anymore. You can borrow this for a couple of weeks. That's the best thing to do. So there is pleasure in power and there's power in pleasure. You as a high-end woman and a healer woman, we need to come together. So that's my mission. I'm going to bring together the healers and the high-end women, the lady corporate boss ladies, and the entrepreneurs that have hit 7 figures, and the women just starting out raising their figures to the 6-figure, 7-figure frequency and then having 7-figure work. So hopefully you got some inspiration with watching that footage. Oh my gosh. So it was already 5 years ago now, almost crazy. There has been so much that has gone in my union with Jack. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you follow along with our other videos. We're constantly posting, not constantly, but consistently posting about twin flames, the sacred union, energy activations on new moon, full moon, astrology, you name it, anything for those on the twin flame path. So subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Namaste. Namaste.